All right, so hack number 1 is to keep your controller right next to your iPad. A lot of the new controllers have touch screens and have a screen on it. So taking advantage of DJing with the iPad, if you have a small controller like this Newmark DJ2 Touch, then you don't have everything that you may want to use directly on the controller, but having the iPad right there makes it so that we could use every single feature of the app without compromising, because we have a cheap, inexpensive, small controller. So this controller only has 4 cue points, but if you want to use cue points 5, 6, 7, and 8, you could just simply touch the controller for the first 4, but the rest you could use the iPad. Also, if you want to do stuff with NeuroMix, you could do stuff with NeuroMix on the iPad, and then you have the tactical buttons and knobs right here for your controller, for your play button, for your jog wheels, and for your volume control. So I found that being an iPad DJ is great because we have a built-in controller, and then you could basically just use the controller for the sound card so that you don't have to get a million adapters in order to use your headphones with the iPad. All right, moving on to hack number 2. This one has helped me tremendously, and it's very simple, and it is to get one of these, which is a Bluetooth mouse. A lot of people don't know that if you connect a Bluetooth mouse to your iPad, not only could you see where you're pointing, which is good if you're making tutorial videos like this, but also to use the knobs and buttons that are hard to use on the iPad, such as these ones. These are touchscreen knobs, and it's kind of hard to grab it. I'm trying to get the high over here, but by using my mouse, I can use that button, use that knob, use anything that I want much easier in some instances than using the iPad. So I'm still going to use the iPad, but you could use the iPad with one hand, and then the other hand, you could use the mouse. You could leave this mouse right next to the controller that you're using, and then it adds a whole another thing to be able to navigate through the screen with a mouse and to be able to navigate with the touchscreen. Also, when you're going through your library, it makes it really easy with the trackball to scroll through instead of going like this, which you kind of could press the wrong button and stuff like that can happen. All right, so let's go to hack number 3. And this one is really cool. A lot of people don't know you could do this, but if you have an adapter such as this one that has multiple USB ports, then you could actually use more than one controller at a time. So now you could have the Reloop Buddy and the Newmark DJ2 Touch both connected to the iPad using this adapter. Or there's so many other adapters, just make sure it has more than one USB ports. This one only has one USB port, so I can only use one controller at a time. I kind of regret that I got this one, but there are many out there that offer more than one. So with this adapter, you could actually do 3 controllers at the same time. This really lets your creativity and customization really shine, because you could have a controller, you could have something like a launch pad, which you can control the loops and the samples, and then you could have another controller for deck 3 and 4. So you don't have to go and buy a bigger controller if you want to start DJing with 4 decks, or if you want different buttons. You could just use the controllers that you already have in order to do that, and I found that it works really well. So let me know in the comments if you guys have any suggestions, or if you want to know anything else. And also check out the next video where I show you guys exactly how to plug in 2 controllers at the same time. Thank you.